Welcome back to Bazaar Morning Call. Our research team is standing by with a list of top 10 stocks for the day, and there are plenty in focus. Infosys has signed a big $2 billion deal in AI, so we'll talk more about that. Reema's here to give us the latest on all of that. Reema, over to you.
Thanks so much for that. So let me start with Infosys, where the company has said that they've gotten into a strategic agreement with an existing client. And this existing client is for providing AI automation-led development, modernization, maintenance services. And the total client spend over the next 5 years is estimated to be $2 billion. Now, the question is, will it cannibalize the existing business from the client? Because it's not a new client. So that's the clarity that we don't have. All we know is that it's overall going to be $2 billion over 5 years. Two more numbers, LTI, Mindtree and Tata Elxsi. Now, LTI, Mindtree is a subdued quarter, flat growth in the current quarter. Margins have expanded, which is a positive. Deal wins are higher on a quarter-on-quarter basis. But given the slow start to the year, the company is no longer talking about the double-digit growth that they were earlier hoping for in FY24. And the other one is Tata Elxsi, where again growth rates have slowed down. So on a quarter-on-quarter basis, we're looking at a revenue growth of 1.5%, constant currency revenue growth of just 1.2%. Margins have fallen by 20 basis points quarter-on-quarter, but you look at the margins on a year-on-year basis, and you can see more than a 300 basis points decline in margins. And the company has sounded cautious on the transportation verticals, where decision-making, deal wins, ramp up is taking some time. Back to you.
All right, thanks a lot for that, Reema. Well, let's hop across to Abhishek. He's joining in to tell us about HDFC Bank post the con call and Federal Bank. One of their units will be doing an IPO. Abhishek, morning.
Morning, Nigel. So to begin with SDFC Bank con call, they did highlight that SDFC Limited has been merged into the bank effective 1st of July. So the numbers will come in Q2. They'll ensure that they will cross-sell other banking products to the customer of SDFC Limited. The best part about the loan growth was the retail portfolio. Domestic retail advances grew by 20% YOY and about 4% sequentially, led by the home loan segment. The wholesale segment or the corporate portfolio actually declined on a sequential basis. So their focus will continue to remain on branch expansion and digital expansion. ROA target is about a range of 1.9% to 2.1%. Credit growth will be 17 to 18% X of intra-bank portfolio that they have. And target is to get deeper customer engagement with the bank. So they will not do any land financing that they will acquire from SDFC Limited. Brokerages remain bullish on the stock. They have target price ranging from as low as 1,970 to as high as 2,200. And all of them remain bullish with an overweight buy rating over there. Federal Bank, the board of Fed Bank Financial Services, FedFina, has revived the IPO plans. So the IPO will be undertaken through fresh issue as well as offer for sale. So the size, OFS portion, etc. details will be informed in due course as per the press release. Federal Bank holds about 74% stake over there. Now sources tell CNBC TV18 that Federal Bank will sell about 1.65 crore shares. The other investor, True North, will sell about 53.8 lakh shares, and the fresh issue size will be about 750 crores. Back to you.
All right, thanks very much, Abhishek, and we'll keep an eye out on some of these stocks from the financial space. Now, there is a big deal in the mattress space. Sheela Foam is buying Kurlon. Mangalam is here to tell us more. Mangalam.
Well, in the mattress space, this definitely is a deal of the giants, and it perhaps will be the stock of the day. And that's largely because there were reports earlier, and now it's confirmed 95% stake in Kurlon is what Sheela Foam will buy for about 2,150 odd crores. Kurlon's last 3 years' revenues, FY23 numbers have not been, displayed yet, but last 3 years' revenues have been between 800 to 1,000 odd crores. So assuming that that stays, then the deal has been valued at around 2 times price to sales, which is half of which Sheela Foam trades at as well. So it's a positive on that front. Secondly, it will aid Sheela Foam's India revenue by about 50%, their overall revenue by about 35% as well, and will consolidate its market share. The combined market share would be well above 30-35 odd percent itself. And also watch out for geographical synergies that they will get, because Sheela Foam is a strong player in North and West, whereas Kurlon is a strong player in South and East. To add to that, there will be distribution and cost synergies as well. What we need to know is that this 2,150 crore deal that there is, how will that be funded? Because Sheela Foam's cash and current investments are close to around 750 odd crores. If they do take debt, how much will that be? And what's the kind of synergies and scalability that they're expecting from this? But it's not just a mattress company that they've bought. They've also invested 35% stake for 300 crore for a 35% stake in Furlenco to enter into the fast-growing branded furniture market. So let's see how that pans out for them as well.
Okay, so important to see how they fund this acquisition. About 700-800 crores could be funded through internal accruals, but the rest will have to be debt on board. So that would be important for investors to know. Rahul Gautam, the chairman and managing director of Sheela Foam, will be with us in just a short while from now to discuss more on that. But the other stock in focus is Amara Raja. Sources say that Clarios ARBL could be exiting their complete stake, 14% stake in Amara. Vivek is here to give us more. Vivek, over to you.
Well, that's right. Good morning. So Amara Raja, expecting a very large block deal over here. So sources indicate to us, like you mentioned, Clarios ARBL Holding, which is a strategic investor. It's a global battery major. Now they're looking to completely exit the 14% stake that they held in the company at the end of the June quarter. The deal floor price has been set at a 5% discount to yesterday's closing price. So the floor price is at 651 rupees a share. And at that price, the deal size is almost over 1,550 crore. Remember, in 2021 too, they had exited 10%. So this is a complete clean-out trade, expecting Amara Raja to recover post the block deal.
Okay, all right. Thanks a lot for that, Vivek. Let's hop across to Surbhi. She's here to tell us about some more stocks that are in the news. Morning, Surbhi.
Morning, Nigel. So first one on my radar is Zee Entertainment. So yesterday in the last hour of trade, we got to know the company issued a statement that they have formed an interim committee to oversee the operations in the absence of Puneet Goenka. Later, Puneet Goenka has written an email to his employees emphasizing that the merger is his top priority. The email said that the company is all set to merge with Sony and the issues that he is facing is at the promoter level and should not be the problem of the company. He further said the Zee-Sony merger is in the interest of all the stakeholders and the completion of the merger is his top priority. Next on my radar is RVNL. There's a report on ET that suggests that government officials have asked RVNL and their Russian counterpart TMH to resolve their differences. Just to go ahead and give some context, RVNL and TMH had emerged as the lowest bidder for the Vande Bharat tender, wherein JV RVNL would hold 25% stake and TMH would have 70% stake. There were reports that indicated that RVNL had asked for a higher stake post bidding, and so in that regard, government officials have asked the company to resolve their differences and to sign the tender. CNBC TV18 has not independently verified these reports. And lastly, Texmaco Rail is also on my radar. The board has approved a fundraise worth 500 crores.
Okay, all right. Thanks a lot for that. Thanks to our entire team. There's so many stocks in focus today. But in case you missed out on any of them, here's a quick recap for you. Top stocks with positive news flow. There's Infosys, HDFC Bank, Federal Bank, Sheela Foam, Amara Raja Batteries, Zee Entertainment, Rail Vikas Nigam and Texmaco Rail. While stocks with negative news flow, there's LTI Mindtree and Tata Elxsi. But also, there's lots been happening in the world of crude. Brent crude prices have fallen a bit overnight. Manisha Gupta joins in for a roundup of all the action there. Manisha, good morning.
Morning, Sonia. Thank you for that. Well, yes, we did see 2% of decline on the crude varieties overnight, but we are trading steady in the Asian markets right now, while, of course, the weak China data continues to weigh on, and the fact that the 2 of the 3 shut Libya fields have resumed operation. The markets also are looking at the U.S. shale output projection on the lower side for the month of August, as low as 9.4 million barrels per day. And also remember, this is a summer driving demand season in U.S., and the markets will wait for the Wednesday weekly inventory data. That would give you further sense on where the crude prices could be headed. In the meanwhile, there is further extended decline in the metals as a sector. The weak Chinese data, the rebound in the dollar index seem to be weighing on, and the Shanghai metal inventories have risen for a third straight week. That seems to be weighing on metals as well. So copper fell 2% overnight, zinc, nickel are trading in the negative, steel is trading at a 5-week low, coal at a 2-year low. Many of these industrial commodities still under pressure.
All right, Manisha, thanks very much for that. That's Commodities in Focus. We'll take a very quick break here. We are back. Rahul Gautam of Sheela Foam will be joining in to talk about the big deal of the day, their acquisition of Kurlon. Stay tuned for that exclusive conversation, which is coming up right out of this quick break.